Test, test, test. Going to do a quick testing of the audio. Make sure our sound is coming through crisp and clear. Getting ready for our coverage of Grand Forks Central Soccer on KNOX. Still got some time remaining in the JV game. When that wraps up, we'll start our pregame show. Getting ready for a 7 o'clock kick here at Cushman Field. It's Grand Forks Central versus Fargo Shanley on KNOX Live Sports. All right, the JV game has wrapped up here at Cushman Field on a windy Tuesday evening in Grand Forks. We're bringing you North Dakota Girls High School Soccer on KNOX. My name is Sam Jensen. I'll be doing play-by-play this evening. Behind the camera is Joey Spanger. It's Grand Forks Central taking on the top seed in the East as the standings shake out as I speak. Fargo Shanley versus Grand Forks Central. JV game just wrapped up, 25 and a half minutes away from opening kick here at Cushman Field. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we got our pregame show getting ready for Grand Forks Central Soccer on KNOX.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, Grand Trailer Sales.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks. Gear up for ski season or hit the trails on a fat tire bike. At the Ski and Bike Shop, we offer top brands, ski and snowboard service, and everything you need for cold weather fun. The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks, where your next adventure begins.
We are now in the Signature Graphics and Apparel True North Equipment pregame show, getting ready for a 7 o'clock kick between Grand Forks Central and Fargo Shanley. North Dakota Girls High School Soccer on KNOX Live Sports. Let's take a look at the Eastern Dakota Conference standings as a part of our Drive for the Title. The Drive for the Title brought to you by Big Jim's Tire and Apex Apparel. As you'll see, it's a 1-4 matchup this evening here at Cushman Field. The Deacons of Fargo Shanley have yet to lose a game in conference play, and overall on the season, a record of 8 wins, 0 losses, and 3 draws, good for 27 points. The math behind the points within these standings: each win earns you 3 points, and each draw earns you 1 point. Grand Forks Central, they're at the 4 seed. As you can see, things really starting to get close as we near the end of the regular season. Next week, the last week of play in conference play, and there is no conference tournament. The top 4 seeds advance to the state tournament in Bismarck, and everybody else will have their season come to an end. Elsewhere in the standings, West Fargo Cheyenne and the crosstown rival of Grand Forks Central, Red River, constituting the remainder of that top 4, along with Fargo Shanley and Grand Forks Central. And then on the outside looking in is Fargo Davies. They have 15 points. Fargo South with 14 points. Rounding out the bottom of the standings, we have Fargo North and West Fargo. Other games in action today, we have North against West Fargo, those 2 teams towards the bottom of the EDC standings. And then Red River, the number 3 seed in the conference, taking on Fargo South. Red River could do Grand Forks Central a favor by getting a win against the Bruins down in Fargo tonight. But we are covering Grand Forks Central versus Fargo Shanley, the number 1 versus the number 4 seed in action tonight on our coverage of North Dakota Girls High School Soccer on KNOX Live Sports. We'll be right back.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Valley Truck in East Grand Forks is proud to support our local high school athletes. With over 400 years of combined experience, they keep our community moving on and off the field. Trusted repairs, quality parts, and support for the next generation.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to proagequip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our #1.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job.
If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of Grand Forks Central Soccer on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network, on schedule for a 7 o'clock opening kick between the Knights and the Deacons of Fargo Shanley, the #1 seed in the Eastern Dakota Conference in Fargo Shanley, taking on the 4 seed as it stands right now, Grand Forks Central. We'll pull up those standings once again as we read through the starting lineups. The starting lineups brought to you by our friends at Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks, Greater Grand Forks' #1 fence company. As you look at the standings on your screen, we'll read off these starting lineups, starting with the visitors, the #1 seed Shanley Deacons. Starting in net is #0, the junior Kaylee Otmar. And then going numerically throughout the remainder of their starting lineup is the forward senior #2, Molly Flaherty. Then we have senior midfielder #3, Emma Rorick. Freshman midfielder #7, Annie Yablonsky. Freshman defender / midfielder Hudson Hofer. Sophomore forward Anika Astrup. And we have freshman defender Julia Hulstein. Sophomore defender Claire Roney. Freshman midfielder Alexis Preston. Senior midfielder Danica Clausen, and then rounding out the starting lineup for Fargo Shanley is the sophomore defender Riley Sievert. That's your starting lineup for the #1 seed, the visitors tonight, Fargo Shanley. And now our Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks, starting lineup for the home team, #4 seed in the EDC, Grand Forks Central. Starting in net, going to play college soccer next year at Concordia. That is going to be the senior leader for this Knights program, Haley Anderson Tibiatowski. Then the remainder of the starting lineup for Grand Forks Central, another senior midfielder, #1, Rowan Olmstead. Sophomore midfielder, Addison Lamb. 7th grade midfielder, Chandler Everson. Junior defender, Kelsey McLaughlin. 7th grade midfielder, Ellie Robbins. Sophomore midfielder, Lauren Malott. The star senior forward, J.C. Reardon. freshman midfielder Nora Prestang, freshman defender Adrienne Kuglin. Then rounding out the starting lineup for Grand Forks Central is going to be the senior midfielder, number 19, Elizabeth Malott. Once again, those starting lineups for both Grand Forks Central and Fargo Shanley, brought to you by our partners at Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks. We're going to take another break. On schedule for a 7 o'clock opening kick at Cushman Field. Our coverage of Grand Forks Central soccer on KNOX. We'll be right back.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens.
At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8890.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Nelson Auto in Grand Forks is proud to sponsor area athletics. We know the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto in Grand Forks, home to Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for two for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Welcome back to the True North Equipment Signature Graphics and Apparel pregame show, getting ready for our coverage of EDC soccer at Cushman Field. Grand Forks Central playing host to Fargo Shanley. On the Rivarts Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We'll continue to cruise along during this pregame report. Take a look at our next element, and that will be our tools of the game. Tools of the game are the players that we'll keep an eye out for during this matchup between Grand Forks Central and Fargo Shanley. Tools of the game sponsored by State Farm, Logan Karski Agency, building game plans to protect what matters most to you. Home insurance, life insurance, auto insurance, bundle it all together with Logan Karski at State Farm here in Grand Forks. Tools of the game starting off for the visitors, Fargo Shanley. We see Molly Flaherty, a captain, senior forward. Have to imagine that she's a large part of the Deacon offense. Also on the screen is Danica Clausen, another senior leader for this Deacon team that has not only state tournament appearance aspirations, but state championship aspirations. They have yet to lose a game so far in this spring season. Finally, for Shanley, we have Emma Rourke featured as another player to keep an eye out for. That's another senior, 3 seniors in Flaherty, Clausen, and Rourke. Rourke is a midfielder, Clausen a midfielder, then the striker in Molly Flaherty. Then our tools of the game for the home team, Grand Forks Central, looking to hold on to their 4 spot in the standings of the Eastern Dakota Conference. And of course, a name that's very familiar for our season-long viewers throughout the calendar year. That's J.C. Reardon, a 3-sport athlete, spectacular on the pitch as well. The senior striker is listed on your screen as one of the tools to watch for the Knights. Also, along with Reardon, is Addison Lamb, a sophomore captain for Grand Forks Central. A lot of confidence placed in her by the head coach, George Dubois. Addison Lamb and Reardon And then Haley Anderson-Tibiatowski. We mentioned it at the top of the broadcast when we were reading off the starting lineups. The senior goalkeeper for Grand Forks Central headed to Concordia next year. Not the only Grand Forks Central goalkeeper who will be playing for the Cobbers next season. Also on the boys' side, Rylan Dobrovolny will be headed to Concordia next season. So Dobrovolny and Anderson-Tibiatowski, the goalkeeper for Grand Forks Central's boys and girls program, headed to play college soccer next year. Anderson-Tibiatowski, a part of our Tools of the Game segment, along with Reardon and Lamb. This segment brought to you once again by State Farm Logan Karski Agency. Still on pace for a 7 o'clock opening kick at Cushman Field. We'll take another break. Our coverage of Grand Forks Central Soccer on KNOX Live Sports.
It's game day, and whether you're feeding the family or the entire team, Hugo's is the place to go. Score big with favorites from the meat department, delicious fresh veggies, and don't forget about the bakery to celebrate the big win. Hugo's Family Marketplace, your game day headquarters.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
The body shop you work with is your choice, so pick the local team with the service you trust. Modern Auto Body in Grand Forks can make it look like the accident never happened. Schedule an appointment for an estimate on our website or give us a call.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Welcome back to our coverage of Grand Forks Central Soccer on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Still scheduled for 7 o'clock first kick between the Knights of Grand Forks Central and the visitors today, the #1 seed in the Eastern Dakota Conference, Fargo Shanley. My name is Sam Jensen. I'll be doing play-by-play during this match. Behind the camera, we have Joey Spanger. On a windy Tuesday evening here in Grand Forks, not a cloud in the sky, but it has been certainly a very windy day in the Grand Cities. Gusts of up to 30 miles an hour, I'd have to imagine. That might play a factor in tonight's game as well, especially with those corner kicks and those cross-field crosses that teams will oftentimes like to make. Let's take a look at our final element of this pregame report, and that's going to be our keys to the game. The keys to the game sponsored by Jarrell Sports. See what's new for the season and stop in today. Fargo Shanley playing with a lot of confidence. They're going to want to continue to do what has worked for them so far in this 2026 season, a record of 8 wins, 0 losses, and 3 draws. Continue to play with speed. With the players that we mentioned during our Tools of the Game segment, Molly Flaherty, Emma Rorick, and Danica Clausen, as well as the remainder of their starting lineup. Some depth pieces off the bench as well for the Deacons. And take shots from range. They're going to want to challenge the goalkeeper. Very good one in their opponent tonight, Grand Forks Central. in the form of Haley Anderson-Tibiatowski, but that shouldn't prevent Fargo Shanley to get picky with their shot selection. Don't be afraid to take some shots from long range, along with playing with speed. Those are our keys to the game for the Deacons. Now for the home team, the number 4 seed in the standings, Grand Forks Central, control the offense in the middle, not trying to hurry to get the ball off of your foot, control possession in the middle of the field, create opportunities on the rush. That's the best area of the field where you want to control possession, and that is towards the middle. And be solid defensively. Certainly Grand Forks Central, this is a team that they lost to earlier this year. Shanley beat the Knights by a score of 3-0, so they're going to want to continue to be solid defensively. Lean on their goalkeeper, Haley Anderson-Tibiatowski, but provide some support on the back end as well. You can't rely on her to steal the game solely by herself. Once again, these are our keys to the game, brought to you by Jarrell Sports. See what's new for the season and stop in today, the sponsor of our Keys to the Game segment tonight and all season long. That is Jarrell Sports on KNOX Live Sports. We're just moments away from first kick here at Cushman Field. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll read off the starting lineups, and we should be close to opening kick here at Cushman Field. Grand Forks Central taking on Fargo Shanley on KNOX.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks. Gear up for ski season or hit the trails on a fat tire bike. At the Ski and Bike Shop, we offer top brands, ski and snowboard service, and everything you need for cold weather fun. The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks, where your next adventure begins.
Spray Advantage.
And we have just wrapped up the national anthem here at Cushman Field, moments away from opening kick. This pregame coverage of North Dakota High School soccer on KNOX brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values and driven by you. And also Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life, as once again we'll pull up those Eastern Dakota Conference standings coming into the last week of regular season play before the state tournament in Bismarck. Only the top 4 seeds advancing from the EDC, and then naturally the top 4 seeds from the WDA will face off in the state tournament. And right now the bid to get inside of that top 4 is very competitive. Even the top 3 teams only separated by 2 points. Fargo Shanley have yet to lose so far this year. They have 27 points, 26 for West Fargo Cheyenne, Grand Forks Central with 25. In that 4th spot, the ever-coveted 4-hole is Grand Forks Central. They have 16. That's 1 point ahead of Fargo Davies and 2 points ahead of Fargo South. Fargo South playing tonight at home against Red River. The Rough Riders can help support the Knights' cause by winning that matchup against the Bruins. And rounding out the standings in the conference is Fargo North with 3 points. West Fargo has yet to register a win or a draw so far this season. We'll bring you through the starting lineups once again. Starting lineups for the visitors, Fargo Shanley. In net will be their goalkeeper, the junior Kaylee Otmar. Then going numerically is a senior captain, the forward Molly Flaherty. Senior midfielder Emma Rorick. Freshman midfielder Annie Yablonsky. Freshman defender Hudson Hofer. Sophomore forward Annika Astrup. Freshman defender Julia Holstein. Sophomore defender Claire Roney. Freshman midfielder Alexis Preston. Senior midfielder Danica Clayson. And sophomore defender Riley Sievert. And for Grand Forks Central, the home team in net will be the senior Haley Anderson Tibiatowski. At midfield, the senior Rowan Olmstead. Sophomore midfielder Addison Lamb. 7th grade midfielder Chandler Everson. Junior defender Kelsey McLaughlin. 7th grade midfielder Ellie Robbins. Sophomore midfielder Lauren Malott. Senior forward J.C. Reardon. Freshman midfielder Nora Prestang. Freshman defender Adrienne Kuglin. And senior midfielder Elizabeth Malott. Those starting lineups brought to you by our partners at Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks, Grand Forks' #1 fence company. Grand Forks Central in their home all-maroon kits out there tonight. The goalkeeper, Anderson Tibiatowski, in her off-color orange sweater. It will be Fargo Shanley getting us started in their away uniforms. White jerseys and socks to go along with their red shorts. And we await confirmation from the officials to get underway here at Cushman Field. And off we go, the #1 seed versus the 4 seed in the conference. Second time that they've met so far this season. Fargo Shanley getting the best of the Knights. A month ago, it was the Deacons winning that one by a score of 3-0. Shanley's held possession since they got the game started just 30 seconds ago on a windy Tuesday evening in Grand Forks. Be interesting to see how that affects the gameplay down on the turf at Cushman Field. The Knights trying to get this one out of harm's way. Teams battle for possession, almost a long-range shot. Good last-second tackle there by Grand Forks Central's Kuglin. Lamb trying to advance that one forward to Reardon. Intercepted by Rorick. Over to the near side for Flaherty. Flaherty back to Holstein. Last touch by the Knights. Throw in near midfield for the Deacons. They quickly dump it deep into Knight territory. Here's Lamb looking to advance it forward. Ball slowly rolls out of bounds on the near side. Last touched by the Deacons. It will be a Knight throw-in. Olmstead will take on that responsibility for Grand Forks. Shanley is forced to clear this one out of bounds. Grand Forks Central gets closer to the goal line on the attacking side for the Knights. This time it will be Reardon throwing it in. Reardon's throwing a dangerous area right on net. Having to make the save is Otmar. Trying to get a number of who that was streaking towards the net. I believe that was Elizabeth Malott for Grand Forks Central. Just a hair behind that pass from Reardon. Could have been a premium scoring opportunity for Grand Forks Central in the early going in this matchup against the #1 team in the East, Fargo Shanley. Reardon fighting for possession. Lamb trying to advance that one forward. It's last touched by the Deacons. Lamb quick to throw it in. Gets it to her target. Nice give and go back to Lamb. Long range shot. Bounces once and then it's corralled by Otmar. She quickly throws this one to the far side. First touched by Grand Forks Central after the goalkeeper throw. Good work on the perimeter here for the Knights. That's Kuglin stepping up. Here come the Deacons come the other way. Good defense on the back line by McLaughlin. And a breakaway opportunity. Great sliding save by Anderson Tibiatowski. Long range shot misses the net just high. Fargo Shanley with a wide open net after Anderson Tibiatowski comes racing out of her net for that save. We'll see if we were able to capture the replay there. A highlight reel save for the senior goalkeeper for Grand Forks Central. Keeps this game knotted at 0. Here's the replay that we have. That was Fargo Shanley missing the wide open frame just high. We continue on. Shanley still on the attack. That one intercepted by Anderson Tibiatowski. Potentially offsides as well. There was some indication from the far side referee. Nevertheless, we play on. It's Addison Lamb with it for Grand Forks Central. Shanley gains possession. Good ball movement. Creating space. There's Hulstein in the far corner. Her centering feed broken up by Anderson Tibiatowski. She'll corral this one. Goalkeeper kick. That'll be interesting all night long. That's where the wind comes into play. Knights able to avoid disaster. That one's played, goes off the elbow. Dead ball off of the elbow of Shanley's Anna Yablonsky. Will be a free kick for Grand Forks Central near midfield. Robbins over to Everson. 9th grader and a 7th grader out there on the pitch for the Knights, playing pass back and forth. Ball stuck near midfield. This is one of our keys to the game. Can Grand Forks Central control possession during these possession battles? Nice stretch pass attempted to get connected with Reardon. Ball still live after the clearing attempt from Shanley. Able to clear it all the way out to midfield. Where the teams will continue to fight for possession. Now it's the Deacons with some open space. Cleared by Prestang for Grand Forks Central. Prestang steps up, nice tackle. Over to the far side for Kuglin. Kuglin moves it forward to Lamb. Lamb not able to advance it past midfield. Deacons still with possession. 7 minutes gone here in half number 1 at Cushman Field in Grand Forks. Our coverage of Grand Forks Central Soccer on KNOX Live Sports. Brought to you thanks to our partners at Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales. Excellent matchup here on a sunny but windy Tuesday evening in Grand Forks. The number 1 seed in the conference, Fargo Shanley, traveling up I-29 to take on the number 4 seed as it stands right now, Grand Forks Central. Any sort of points tonight for the Knights, whether it be in the fashion of a draw or a win, would be massive to support their cause to advance to the state tournament and remain inside the top 4. of that Eastern Dakota Conference standings. We'll take a look at those as time allows throughout the course of our broadcast, definitely during our halftime report, so please do stay with us. Grand Forks Central has to be happy with how they've played in the early going here on their home turf. One grade A opportunity from Fargo Shanley. Grand Forks Central getting their reliable goalkeeper play from Anderson Tibiatowski, keeping it out of the back of the net. But since then, it's been Grand Forks Central doing a good job of controlling possession near midfield. Fargo Shanley trying to gain the momentum. This one taken away by Everson. She tries to advance it. It's broken up by Hofer, and she will clear, forcing Grand Forks Central's Adrian Kugelin to retreat. And she chases it out of bounds, last touched by the Deacons. And we have a substitution for Grand Forks Central. Tenley Schuster coming into the game, freshman defender. Alexis Preston near midfield with it for the Deacons. Getting bottled up at that area. Good defense being applied by Nora Prestang, forces it out of bounds, last touched by Prestang. Will be a throw-in in front of the Deacon bench. Rather, that will be whistled a foul, so a free kick for the Deacons. Allows Shanley to really flip sides of the field. Free kick goes all the way to the front of the penalty area of the Grand Forks Central net. Here's a play on the rush, shot redirected by Flaherty, easily controlled by Tibiatowski. She'll hold on to it. That'll put an end to that threat from Fargo Shanley. Good strong punt there from Tibiatowski. Crosses midfield. Deacons have possession. Here's Yablonski. Prestang continuing with her aggressive defense at midfield, forcing Shanley to try regain possession. Good ball handling by Alexis Preston on the near side. Redirects it back to Yablonski. Yablonski's centering feed broken up and cleared. Now it's a foot race. Here's Reardon. Reardon chasing it down. Good defense by Fargo Shanley. Got to get a number on the near corner, breaking up what could have been a breakaway opportunity for Grand Forks. I believe that was Hudson Hofer, the freshman defender for Fargo Shanley, winning that foot race against Grand Forks Central's J.C. Reardon. It was last touched by Reardon, so deep in their defending area will be the Deacons throwing this one in. Lamb the first to touch it. In some open space, looking for a long-range shot, aiming for the far post, diving save made by Otmar. And that's been the best chance for Grand Forks Central so far in this match. With 28:15 remaining in half number one, these teams are trading blows and possession. Clara Stumpf into the game for Fargo Shanley. Junior forward. Both teams have now included a substitute into the game. Chance on the rush for Fargo Shanley. Centering feed gets broken up. The threat not done. Near side. Here's Flaherty into the back of the net for Fargo Shanley. Molly Flaherty scores for the Deacons, and they're off to a 1-0 lead. With 27:21 remaining in half number one, it's Molly Flaherty scoring. take a look at that replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. The Deacons not giving up on what appeared to maybe be a broken play. Flaherty regains possession, charges to the near post, and flips it over the goalkeeper, Anderson Tibiatowski, to give the Deacons a 1-0 lead. Correct our All True Health System scoreboard. It's the visitors Fargo Shanley off to a 1-0 lead thanks to a goal from their senior captain, Molly Flaherty. How will the Knights respond? Down 1. Here come the Deacons once again. This time it's Emma Rorick on the rush. Shooting that one in stride. It will miss the frame of the net, leading to a goalkeeper kick upcoming from Anderson Tibiatowski. Natalia Perez into the game for Grand Forks Central. Here's Reardon in open space. She'll drop it back. Here's Addie Lamb advancing it forward. Fargo Shanley able to force a takeaway. Knights knew it wouldn't come easy going against the number 1 team in the East, Fargo Shanley. They have yet to lose so far this year, have the Deacons. Coming into tonight's matchup with a record of 8 wins, 0 losses, and 3 draws. They still have something to play for. Of course, Grand Forks Central playing for their state tournament appearance. Fargo Shanley more so playing for seeding, the top 3 seeds in the East, separated by only 2 points. We'll talk more about that during our intermission report. As Anderson Tibiatowski scoops that one up. Drop kick gets caught up in the wind. Grand Forks Central not able to clear. But we have a penalty on the play. Free kick for Grand Forks Central in their own territory. Possession battle won by Fargo Shanley. They steer it to midfield. Deacons, after they turned it over initially, regained possession. Finally, it's scooped up by Prestang. She takes it to the far sideline, and her clear goes into the Grand Forks Central bench. More substitutions for Fargo Shanley, a whole slew of them. Tall forward entering the game, Addison Sievert. Here are the Deacons on the rush. Great A opportunity once again from Flaherty. Save made by Anderson Tibiatowski. We'll capture that replay. Likely one of many of the highlight reel saves that we will see from Anderson Tibiatowski. She'll need to stand tall to keep Grand Forks Central within striking distance. Deacons with all the momentum after their goal that was scored just over 4 minutes ago from their senior captain, Molly Flaherty. Lauren Malott back into the game, along with Maggie Holgren Anderson, the 7th grade defender for Grand Forks. First time we've said her name this match. Lamb controls that throw-in. She'll deposit it, and it goes all the way past the goal line, which will result in a goalkeeper kick for Fargo Shanley. Kaylee Ottmar, the junior goalkeeper for the Deacons. Made one notable save so far for Fargo. Strategic with replacement on that goalkeeper kick. Is able to find Addison Sievert on the near side. Grand Forks Central with a throw-in. Comes back to Kuglin. Back to Robbins. Onto the foot of Yablonski. She finds open space near midfield. Good pass. Touched forward and broken up by Kuglin. Here's Ehlers. Grand Forks Central clears. Deep into Deacon territory. It'll be a throw-in all the way in the far corner for the Deacons. They hand it off to Alexis Preston, who will take on that responsibility. Can Grand Forks Central take possession to generate an offensive opportunity, trailing by 1, 21 minutes remaining here in half number 1 at Cushman Field on a sunny but windy Tuesday evening here in Grand Forks. Stumpf passes it to Yablonski. Pass over to the far side, broken up, good defense by Schuster. Back to Yablonski. Good finesse on the far side by Emma Rorick. Has it taken away and cleared by Grand Forks Central. I believe that was Chandler Everson over on the far side. That could also be, I believe that's Hallgren Anderson over there for Grand Forks Central. Tough to catch the numbers up in the press box on the far sideline here at Cushman Field. The Deacons back on the attack. Yablonski with it. Give and go back to Yablonski. Over to the far corner. Grand Forks Central chasing it down. Shanley regains possession. Eyes on the net. Dangerous area. Shot. Save made by Anderson Tibiatowski. And the clear from Grand Forks Central. Another big save from the senior goalkeeper for Grand Forks. Keeping it a 1-0 game for Fargo Shanley. Keeping this a one-goal game is crucial at this juncture for Central. And they're able to keep it a 1-0 match, in large part thanks to the efforts of Haley Anderson Tibiatowski. Not her first save, big save so far this match. She's made 2, maybe 3. We'll have a couple of highlights available for you during our intermission report. Coming at the conclusion of half number 1 as we get ready for half number 2. And the lights have come on here at Cushman Field. Be a while before they take full effect. Still an hour away from sunset here in Grand Forks. Shadows starting to play a factor. Back to collect this one is Roney. Touch pass to Ottmar, who clears. Ottmar needs some support from Flaherty all the way back in her own end. Correction, that's going to be number 4, Callie Knutson, I believe, who cleared for the Deacons. Threat still not done from Grand Forks. Looking to regain possession. Deacons are able to clear out to midfield. Ball finally rolls out of bounds, last touched by Shanley. Throw-in upcoming for the Knights at midfield. Another throw-in for the Knights. Lamb looking to get connected with Everson, chasing it down near the goal line. Last touched by Central, goalkeeper kick upcoming. Alexis Preston comes back into the game for Shanley. Deacons will throw this one in front of their own bench on the far side. Holgren Anderson fighting for possession. Grand Forks Central has it. Addie Lamb trying to feed it back to the near side. It's broken up. Possession on the near sideline. Kugelin has it for Grand Forks Central. It'll go off her foot. Possession in favor of Fargo Shanley. Addison Lamb first to touch the throw-in. Last touched by Shanley. Possession won by Grand Forks. Kugelin with the throw-in. Seaver's clearing attempt goes off the face of Holgren Anderson. She appears to be all right. We continue to play on. 15:50 to go in half number one. Our coverage of North Dakota girls high school soccer on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. It's 1-0, the Deacons leading the Knights. Thanks to a goal from their senior captain, the striker Molly Flaherty. That coming with 27:21 remaining in this opening half at Cushman Field. Rowan Olmstead and Elizabeth Malott checking back in for the Knights. Looking to try even things up before the break. 15 minutes to go until halftime. Central keeps inching closer to the goal line. Another throw in that goes untouched. Result in a goalkeeper kick for Fargo Shanley. Kaylee Ottmar lines this one up for the Deacons. First touched by Grand Forks. It's Shanley coming away with possession. Alexis Preston, clearing attempt gets deflected all the way back and crosses the goal line, and we'll repeat the same process. Goalkeeper kick upcoming for the Deacons. Shanley springs loose. Out in open area is Illy Mattern. Mattern has that one taken away by Grand Forks Central. Designed play off of the goalkeeper kick there from Fargo Shanley, creating some open space for them near midfield. Solid effort on the back end by Grand Forks Central to prevent that from turning into a scoring opportunity. Olmstead takes it away for Grand Forks, passes it forward to Perez. Last touched by Shanley, throw in upcoming for the Knights near midfield. Ehlers has it taken away by Holgren Anderson. Possession retaken by Sievert. Her pass crosses midfield, taken over by Grand Forks. Over to the near side, Kuglin trying to work the sideline, unable to get connected with Hallgren Anderson. Good effort by Grand Forks Central's Hallgren Anderson forces a free kick. Strong leg of Addison Lamb. Trying to set up a scoring opportunity for the Knights to even things up. Her kick stays on the ground. It's deflected. Comes right back to Lamb. Lamb in open space. Over to Perez. Perez, long-range shot, misses wide. Grand Forks Central able to get one shot attempt off. Coming out of the free kick. A long-range shot from Natalia Perez, senior midfielder for Grand Forks Central. With 11 minutes to go in half number one, our All True Health System scoreboard reads Deacons 1, Knight 0, thanks to a goal scored by Molly Flaherty. We'll go ahead and get that highlight loaded in. Grand Forks Central starting to get some more consistent possession. A throw in near the far corner. Just inches away from being a corner kick. Almost is with Reardon on the throw, and an opportunity misses wide. A deflection went to, I believe that's Lauren Malott in the middle for the Knights after a strong throw in from J.C. Reardon in the far corner. Opportunity misses wide. Another goalkeeper kick from Fargo Shanley. Kuglin steps up. Here's Reardon. Reardon with open space, looking to unload on a shot. Didn't get all of it. It dribbles to the goalkeeper, Otmar. She'll easily make that save, and the score stands 1-0. Reardon maybe just had a couple more feet of space. She could have adequately lined that shot up from the top of the penalty area. Almost no traffic in front. Seeing that shot the entire way was the goalkeeper for Fargo Shanley, Kaylee Otmar. Prestang first to it. Up to midfield. Ehlers into open space, just a hair ahead of its intended target, Molly Flaherty, with 8.5 minutes to go in half number one. Grand Forks Central throws it in, advancing it past midfield. The Annie Yablonsky checking back in for Fargo Shanley. Working the near sideline is Astrup. Astrup's feed to the middle of the field. Possession controlled by Shanley momentarily. Play towards the net. Rolls into the hands of Anderson Tibiatowski. She'll drop kick it near midfield. First touch by Malott, then off the head of Everson. Perez back to Malott. Here's Yablonsky. Jablonski to open space in the far corner. Here's going to be a chance for Fargo Shanley on the rush. Nice tic-tac-toe play. Misses just wide to the near side of the net. Great ball movement for Fargo Shanley, setting up that premium scoring opportunity. Believe that was a chance for Alexis Preston in the middle. Or correction, that would be number 18, Danica Clausen. Once again, hard to pick up those numbers down on the field. The score stands, however, still 1-0. Grand Forks Central looking to take some momentum into the locker room. 6.5 remaining in half number 1. Pires tries to move that forward. Last touch by the Knights. Throw-in upcoming for Shanley. Good job by Malott. Trying to move it forward to Reardon. Gets deflected. Advancing that one towards the net on frame was Kuglin. Long-range shot intended to get connected with Reardon. Goes all the way on frame. Collected by Ottmar. Her drop kick out near midfield where the Deacons have possession. Jablonski in open space. Touched around all the way to the far side, back to the middle of the field. A foot race. Good defense by Grand Forks Central. That's Kelsey McLaughlin. McLaughlin taking a free kick after a Shanley penalty. The Knights quickly moving forward. They have a throw-in past midfield. Kuglin high into the air. Reardon waits for it to come down. Long-range shot, curling, but not curling enough. It misses the frame to the wide side. Another goalkeeper kick upcoming for Shanley. With 4.5 remaining here in half number 1, All True Health System scoreboard still reads Deacons 1, Knights 0. EDC conference action between Grand Forks Central and Fargo Shanley. Our coverage on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network on KNOX. Takeaway for Central at midfield. They cough up possession right back to Shanley. Teams trade back and forth. Deacons retreat to their own end. Pass too strong, intercepted by Robbins. Nice give and go. Here's some room for Grand Forks Central. That was Natalia Pires. And a corner kick after Fargo Shanley appeared to have taken over possession. But it's fumbled out of bounds. Grand Forks Central with their first corner kick of the game. Taking it for the Knights is going to be Ellie Robbins, the 7th grader. The Knights getting into position. Robbins with a strong kick to the front post. It causes chaos. Back to Robbins, far side, trying to get it back towards the front of the net. Here's Reardon, back to the outside. Long range shot, misses wide. Excellent placement on the corner kick for Grand Forks Central in the far corner from Ellie Robbins. Places it right at the far post, the near post for Robbins. Taking on the responsibility of the corner kick for Central. The Deacons were able to clear it out of harm's way. The score still stands 1-0 on our All True Health System scoreboard. 2.5 remaining in half number 1. Everson in the penalty area, cleared by the Deacons. Back to Robbins, long range shot, gets deflected. Pires misses wide. The Knights have been threatening. Last couple of sequences have been in favor of Grand Forks. They have yet to finish on any of their premium scoring opportunities thus far. Just under 2 minutes to play in half number 1 here at Cushman Field in Grand Forks. Otmar. Here's Reardon. Reardon winding up with the left, misses wide. Grand Forks Central. Message has been heard from their coaching staff, just wanting to throw shots towards the net and see if good things will happen. Large volume of shot attempts from Grand Forks Central. Not exactly a great percentage of those attempts making their way on net. But still signs of life from the Knights against the top seed in the East, Fargo Shanley. Good fight by Robbins for possession. Near side, Kuglin. Kuglin looking for a shot. She's able to get it on net. Had to maneuver it around the Shanley defense. Ball stays on the ground. Otmar drops to a knee to collect it. And with just under 45 seconds remaining, Fargo Shanley just looking to go into the locker room with the lead. Here's the Knights, still looking to keep their foot on the gas pedal with another throw in. It's Olmstead on the far sideline. Hofer's clearing attempt deflected by Kuglin. Final 5 seconds of the first half. And time will expire. We head to the locker room and halftime here at Cushman Field in Grand Forks. It's the Deacons leading the Knights by a score of 1-0 thanks to a goal scored by their senior striker, Molly Flaherty. We're going to be right back with our halftime coverage, showing you a highlight of that goal, as well as the stellar save made by the Knights goalkeeper, Anderson Tibiatowski. Our coverage of Grand Forks Central Soccer coming right back on KNOX Live Sports.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Valley Truck in East Grand Forks is proud to support our local high school athletes. With over 400 years of combined experience, they keep our community moving on and off the field. Trusted repairs, quality parts, and support for the next generation.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our #1.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job.
If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
All right, welcome to our halftime report, our coverage of Grand Forks Central girls soccer on KNOX Live Sports. After the opening 40 minutes, it's the Deacons leading by a score of 1-0 on our All True Health System scoreboard. That brings us to our intermission report. This halftime show brought to you by High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel. Let's see if we have these highlights loaded in correctly. The first highlight that we will show you came with 27 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in that opening half. It was the goal scored by Shanley, scored by their senior striker, Molly Flaherty. And we do have this loaded in correctly. A broken play initially. Flaherty regains possession on the near side of the penalty area, drives to the near post, and pops it over the senior goalkeeper, Haley Anderson-Tibiatowski. Some nice finesse on display there from Flaherty, and that's the only goal that we have in that opening half. That scoring summary brought to you by our partners at Bergstrom Electric. They light the lamp, and indeed it does shine brighter. Trust the employee-owned electrical company for all of your home projects and commercial needs as well. Bergstrom Electric, the sponsor of our scoring summary tonight and all season long on KNOX Live Sports. And the other highlight that we have for you is a big save to keep the score where it currently stands from Anderson-Tibiatowski, one of many. This is the one that we had readily available on file. A shot from Flaherty looking for her second goal in 2.5 minutes, but a diving save by Anderson-Tibiatowski kept the score to where it currently stands, 1-0 in favor of Fargo Shanley. Now let's pull up the EDC standings once more. We've talked about it ad nauseum throughout the course of our broadcast. Fargo Shanley, the number 1 seed in the conference with 27 points. Each win is awarded to the winning team 3 points. A draw will get your team 1 point. So we're going to show you the implications. As you can see, Fargo Shanley trying to firm up their number 1 position, only 1 point ahead of the number 2 seed West Fargo Cheyenne. They're not playing tonight. And then the number 3 seed Grand Forks Red River, 2 points behind with 25 on the year. Red River is playing tonight at Fargo South. They can try help their crosstown rival Grand Forks Central. A win over the Bruins would keep them at bay. Only 2 points behind Grand Forks Central in that 4 seed. Of course, the top 4 seeds advancing to the state tournament to be played in Bismarck just a couple of weeks from now. Next week, the final week of regular season action in girls North Dakota high school soccer. Take a look at those standings, just how tight things are, not only in the top 3, but also 4 through 6. Trying to figure out the seeding. Of course, where you are seeded 1, 2, 3 matters a whole lot in terms of your first round opponent from the WDA. There can be a big gap in talent between the 1 and the 2 seed and even the 2 and the 3 seed. So standings, certainly a motivating factor for Fargo Shanley at Cushman Field here tonight, trying to firm up their number 1 position in the conference. Grand Forks Central is trying to shore up their position inside of that top 4. This look at the drive for the title brought to you by our partners at Big Jim's Tire, the region's largest agricultural tire supplier, and also Apex Apparel, your hometown apparel, print, and stitch shop here in Grand Forks on Demers Avenue. We're going to take another break. We're about to return with half number 2 here at Cushman Field, our coverage of North Dakota Girls High School Soccer, Grand Forks Central versus Fargo Shanley. We'll be right back after this break.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens.
At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Nelson Auto in Grand Forks is proud to sponsor area athletics. We know the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto in Grand Forks, home to Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for two for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
And the teams are ready to go as we await opening kick for half number 2 here at Cushman Field. Grand Forks Central will start the second half with possession as the home team. The field has now been flipped. The Knights will be working from right to left on your screen. Meanwhile, the Deacons will be working from left to right. That will wrap up our intermission report. Halftime show brought to you by our partners at Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel.
Andy, first of all, congratulations. Quite an honor. I know that you're...
We bring you back to the action. Sorry for that brief error with the tech. Our clock is running. As Shanley will try to fend off Central to pad their lead as the number 1 seed in the conference. Grand Forks Central looking to mount a comeback to at least draw or even better come away with a victory here tonight on their home turf. Strong throw-in into a prime scoring area for the Deacons. That will be cleared out of harm's way by Central. Good job by Nora Prestang doing so for the Knights. Long-range shot will miss wide of the net, leading to a goalkeeper kick upcoming from Anderson Tibiatowski. Fargo Shanley starting this half number 2 with a 1-0 lead and looking strong in the opening 2 minutes of the final frame here at Cushman Field in Grand Forks. 38 minutes to play. Yablonski on the far sideline. Back to the middle of the field. It will be cleared. Yablonski regains possession. Looking for a long-range shot here. It took a while for Shanley's number 8, Hudson Hofer, to line that one up. An easy save made by Anderson Tibiatowski. She'll punt this one to the near sideline. Poked up into the air by Emma Rorick, working against Adrienne Kuglin. Kuglin wins possession, working the near sideline. Coughs it up to Ehlers, who works it to the center of the field for Preston. Preston keeps the chain moving over to the far side. Olmstead with the turnover for Grand Forks Central. Chandler Everson has it in front of the Shanley bench. She'll work the sideline to Reardon. Reardon looking to get a touch. She gets possession. On the run is Reardon. She takes a spill, but it will be last touched by Fargo Shanley. Good work by Grand Forks Central to flip the field. Expect a strong throw upcoming here from J.C. Reardon. Strong throw collected by Flaherty. The ball works closer to the goal line, and the closer it gets to the goal line, the more this resembles a corner kick. Incredibly strong throw-ins from Reardon. Looks to work that one to the near post. Far post for you viewing on the screen, near post for Reardon. Good defense for Shanley. They're able to clear. Now they're out in the open space. Good step up by Kuglin. Correction, that was McLaughlin. Olmstead chases it down, deep in her own territory. She'll let it roll out of bounds, and that's where the Knights will throw it in. All the way in the far corner of their own end. Shanley looking to double their lead. Shot on net. Save made by Anderson Tibiatowski. Catches the ball at her ankles. Will drop kick this one out near midfield. First touched by the Deacons. Back on the attack is Shanley. Here's Clausen. Inside. Finesse from Rorick. She loses possession. It's offsides. Near side linesman whistles that play dead. Kelsey McLaughlin will line up a free kick deep inside her own territory. First touch by Perez goes out of bounds. Here come the Deacons. Emma Rorick entering the penalty area. Drops it back for a long-range shot from Clausen. That one misses way wide. Anderson Tibiatowski will line up another goalkeeper kick for Grand Forks Central. Sunny but windy night here at Cushman Field in Grand Forks. It's been a gusty day the entirety of today here in Grand Forks. Tough to get a gauge on whether or not the wind is dying down up in the press box here at Cushman Field. Hasn't played too much of a factor in our gameplay tonight on some of these goalkeeper kicks. Certainly on the corner kicks. Cross-field passes. As the Knights try to even it up, trailing by 1 on our All True Health System scoreboard. Shanley leading 1-0. Mattern working the far sideline. Has to retreat. Cross-field pass all the way to the near side. Emma Rorick. Emma Rorick playing give and go with a number that I do not see on my program for Fargo Shanley. Not seeing a 25. That could be 26. That's Riley Sievert. That is 26. Sophomore defender for Fargo Shanley. Working the near side with the senior Emma Rorick. Lamb unable to get to that one in time. Olmsted, rather. There'll be a throw-in across midfield for the Deacons in front of their own bench. Everson coughs it up to Yablonsky. Yablonsky then gives it to a Grand Forks Central midfielder. The Knights looking for a play on the run. Pyra's chasing it down with Reardon, and it's kicked out of harm's way by Shanley's number 12, Claire Roney. Good defense by the sophomore defender, preventing what could have been a play on the rush from a combination of Natalia Pyras and also J.C. Reardon. Strong throw-in, dangerous area. Everson trying to deflect it on net. Shanley able to get it out of harm's way. Another vintage Reardon throw-in near the goal line. Same opportunity upcoming for Grand Forks. It gets through the initial line of defense, but then kicked out of harm's way by the back end for Shanley. They work it to midfield. Olmsted getting ready to throw this one in for the Knights. Possession being battled for on the far sideline. Comes back towards the middle of the field. Emma Rorick has it. Give and go with Yablonsky to Sievert, chasing it down to the near sideline, not able to get to it in time. .45 to go. Still a goal in half number one from Molly Flaherty, the difference in this one. Let's take a look at that replay while we have some time. A broken play, but the veteran senior striker for Fargo Shanley sticks with it and pokes it over the head of the goalkeeper for Grand Forks Central. That's the only scoring that we have so far. Grand Forks Central trying to change that to even things up. But it's Fargo Shanley still with possession in their offensive end. Yablonsky with a good keep to keep that one in bounds. Anderson Tibiatowski chases out of her net to corral that one. And she will control it and drop kick it out near midfield. Reardon the first to touch it. Good tackle. There's Pires unable to advance it towards midfield. A takeaway for Fargo Shanley. Comes to the near boundary, being chased down by Rorick. Rorick with the cross. Oh, finding a wide open teammate in front of the net. Goes off the top crossbar. Threat not done, and finally goes into the back of the net after a second chance up.
Andy, first of all, congratulations.
And the Deacons take a 2-0 lead. And the goal is disallowed. Hold on now. We have a disallowed goal. I might need some support from my colleagues up here in the press box. Unsure as to why that one was called off, but we will take that off our Ultra Health System scoreboard, much to the pleasure of our Grand Forks Central fans in attendance and for those of you watching online.
Andy, first of all,
and we continue to play on. Every time I touch that clock feature, we shiftly quick to our sports director in a prior interview. We'll get caught up. Just under 28 minutes remaining. Grand Forks Central has been given a gift. Can they take advantage?
Andy, first of all.
All right, and we're back. 27:40 to go. A disallowed goal from Fargo Shanley. An excellent pass from Emma Rourke in the near corner, getting connected with Molly Flaherty up front. Her shot initially goes off the top crossbar, and it looked like Addison Sievert was able to put away the rebound to give the Deacons a 2-0 lead. But for whatever reason, one that I cannot explain, the goal was disallowed. So our score will stand 1-0 in favor of Fargo Shanley. What a gift for Grand Forks Central. Okay, and our official word. Speculation from up in the press box will indicate that we have goalkeeper interferences. Anderson Tibiatowski was scrambling and likely ran into one of the strikers from Fargo Shanley. That makes sense. There was a lot of activity in the crease, an area that is designated for Anderson Tibiatowski to roam freely. She was interfered with, and we will roll with that as the reason for why our score still stands 1-0. Fargo Shanley. Sievert has the ball taken away. Good job by McLaughlin to get that out of harm's way. Riley Sievert throwing it in for the Deacons deep in the attacking end. Throws it into the penalty area. Jablonski throws it high up into the air. It's redirected on net, but Anderson Tibiatowski able to make the save. Ellie Robbins with possession, bringing it all the way to the far sideline, crossing midfield before she sees the ball dribble off her foot and out of bounds. Shanley throws in at midfield on the far side. Robbins with another clear. That will result in another Deacon throw in. Good takeaway by Addison Lamb. Addison Lamb in open area, looking for a touch pass to Reardon. Reardon chasing it down, has it taken away. Good defense by Avery Spart. Not Avery Sparts. Good defense being provided rather by Hudson Hofer, looking at the wrong program there. Last touch by the Deacons. Here comes a scoring opportunity. Throw in near the near corner from Reardon. Reardon winds up, gets it to the front of the net in a dangerous area, cleared by Shanley. Kuglin chasing it to the far boundary. Shanley clears out of bounds. Rowan Olmsted gets it back into the field of play for Grand Forks. Touched by Kuglin, out of bounds. Checking in for Fargo Shanley, number 5, Illy Mattern. Whole slew of substitutions for the Deacons as they're on the rush. Olmsted providing good defense on the back end for Grand Forks. Her clearing attempt goes out of bounds, last touched by Olmsted. Yablonski loses possession. Here's Sievert stepping in, looking to wind up for a long-range shot. Runs into traffic. Threat still not done. On the inside for Shanley was Flaherty, unable to get a shot off. Reardon with a lot of open space. Passes it over to the far side. Kuglin has to chase it down, not able to get there. 3-on-2 opportunity for Grand Forks Central. And the first touch goes out of bounds. It will be thrown in by Shanley at midfield. Nora Prestang chasing this one all the way back to the Grand Forks Central's goal line. She'll watch it roll out of bounds. It will result in a goalkeeper kick for the Knights. Looking to get some semblance of momentum, trailing by 1, under 21 minutes to play here at Cushman Field against the number 1 seed in the conference, Fargo Shanley. Still clinging to their 1-0 lead off of a goal scored with 27 minutes remaining in the opening half. That's scored by their senior striker, Molly Flaherty. Grand Forks Central spending too much time in their defensive end. Shanley really doing a good job possessing. The Knights finally able to clear out near midfield. Move forward to Reardon. Reardon touch pass to Kuglin. Kuglin racing along the far sideline. Poked away by Shanley, last touched out of bounds. Grand Forks Central will throw it in front of their own bench. Reardon with the throw in, controlled by the back end for the Deacons and immediately fired out of bounds. The Knights will throw it in once again, this time to Reardon. Addie Lamb working with it. Looking for some open space. Swallowed up by the defense for Fargo Shanley. Not a lot of room to operate. Here's Olmsted. Olmsted to the near side. Not able to get in touch with her intended target. Cleared. And then it bounces over the head of McLaughlin and off to the races. Here we go. It's Molly Flaherty. Molly Flaherty coming in on net. Trying to line up a shot, loses possession momentarily and is forced to retreat. Threat not done. Here's Abby Ehlers, and her cross will be swallowed up by Anderson Tibiatowski. Collective sigh of relief from the Central faithful. Score still stands 1-0. Shanley fans thinking they had taken a 2-0 lead earlier this half. That goal was disallowed for goalkeeper interference. So we continue to play on. Still a one-goal match, 1-0 in favor of the Deacons on our All True Health System scoreboard. Olmsted on the far sideline. She gets roughed up. That will be whistled. And a free kick upcoming for the Knights near midfield. Heading over to line this one up will be Kelsey McLaughlin, junior defender. Immediately fires this one. Switching sides of the field will be Shanley trying to break it out to midfield. Schuster looking to push this one into the attacking territory. Grand Forks Central just unable to get past that last line of defense. Trying one more time. And a long-range shot coming from Lamb misses wide. You knew a shot was coming. That last line of defense for Fargo Shanley is a tough code to crack. Chandler Everson checking back in for Grand Forks Central. She'll replace J.C. Reardon for the time being. McLaughlin still fighting for possession. Here comes Everson. Everson has that one taken away by Hofer. Correction, that's Mattern. Mattern coughs it up across midfield. Everson looking to advance it for the Knights. Here comes Riley Sievert working her way down the field. Some contact, no whistle. We continue to play on. Addison Lamb. Look for a streaking Adrienne Kuglin. Not able to get connected. Last touched by the Deacons. Holgren Anderson chasing this one down. She'll touch it over to Everson. Everson working back towards the middle of the field. Long range shot. Hits traffic. Kuglin long range shot into the back of the net. Grand Forks Central with the equalizer.
Andy, first of all,
that goal scored by Grand Forks Central's number 15, Adrienne Kuglin, and we are all knotted up. 15:29 to go here in Grand Forks. We'll restart the clock and then show you that highlight. Grand Forks Central breaks through with the equalizer in the late stages.
Andy, first of all,
this replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. Everson's shot, Shanley unable to clear, and doing it all herself was Kuglin, beating the goalkeeper to the near side to even things up one apiece. Shanley looking to answer. Here's Flaherty centering feed, broken up and out of harm's way for Grand Forks Central. Long range shot. Tibiatowski jumps for the save and keeps it out of the back of the net. Stretching, utilizing the entirety of her length was Anderson Tibiatowski. Deflects it off the top goal post, back out to the front of the net. And finally, Grand Forks Central able to clear. We have chaos taking place here at Cushman Field. What a soccer game unfolding in front of us between Grand Forks Central and Fargo Shanley, the top team in the Eastern Dakota Conference. We're knotted at 1. Really get the feeling that Shanley has picked up the pace since Grand Forks Central was able to come through with the equalizer from Kuglin. Mattern. Centering feed. Olmsted out of harm's way. Moves it forward to Addison Lamb, and she will clear out to midfield. We'll load in that most recent goal scored by Adrienne Kuglin. As it stands right now, it's the equalizer. First corner kick of the night upcoming for Fargo Shanley. With 12:50 remaining in the match, Adrienne Kuglin with the equalizer for Grand Forks Central. They've been on their heels since. Corner kick will be taken by Abby Ehlers, freshman defender for the Deacons. And it's a strong one all the way to the far post. Thinking about a potential bicycle kick there was Flaherty. Elected to let it pass through. Long range shot misses wide, and Deacons are unable to convert on the corner kick. The score remains 1-1. Reardon checking back into the game, along with Lauren Malott. Anderson Tibiatowski lining up a goalkeeper kick. First touched by Shanley, then cleared by Prestang. Deacons back on the attack. Olmsted clears it out of bounds. Throw in upcoming for the Deacons in the far corner. 11:35 to go. Coming out of her net there is Anderson Tibiatowski. Making a spectacular save just moments after the equalizer was the senior goalkeeper for Grand Forks Central to keep the score at 1 apiece. Making a handful of some stellar saves as well while the Knights were trailing 1-0 to keep the score at the time to a 1-goal deficit for the Knights. Certainly one of our candidates for the PS Garage Doors Player of the Game. Still 11 minutes to play. Dangerous area, redeflected towards the net, scooped up by Anderson Tibiatowski. In front of the net, looking to redirect that one for the Deacons was Alexis Preston. Addison Lamb with some open space near midfield. Touches it forward, and losing possession and her footing was Hudson Hofer. It will be a throw-in for Grand Forks Central. Advancing it forward is Lamb. Reardon will fight for possession with Hofer. Hofer kicks it out of bounds. Premium opportunity for Grand Forks Central. Throw-in upcoming near the goal line. Will be executed by Reardon. JC Reardon letting her teammates get set up in position. A strong throw-in makes its way all the way to the front of the net. Immediately first touched by Fargo Shanley out of the penalty area. Deflects all the way to the far side. Flaherty tries to clear. Jablonski now. And a long-range clear from Riley Sievert will result in another throw-in behind home field for Grand Forks Central. Doing the throw-in for the Knights will be the goal scorer, Adrienne Kuglin. Here's Flaherty. Flaherty, dangerous player, pass to the near side, whistled offsides. How big is that disallowed goal earlier in the second half? How big does that look now? Grand Forks Central thought that they saw their deficit grow to 2, but a goalkeeper interference resulted in the goal being disallowed. And about 10 minutes later, it was Grand Forks Central finding the equalizer. Long-range shot, regaining possession. Good defense on the back end for Grand Forks Central. Believe that was Nora Prestang back there for the Knights. Breaking up that shot attempt. Sievert throwing it in for the Deacons on the near sideline. Central not able to clear all the way, still just on the perimeter of the penalty area. Finally, Malott will deflect it to the far sideline. Last touched by the Knights. Immediately throwing it in are the Deacons. To put it in basketball terms, it feels like a full court press since Fargo Shanley saw their lead get eliminated thanks to the equalizer from Adrienne Kuglin, the freshman defender for Grand Forks Central. 7:10 remaining. Last touch by Kuglin. Fast tempo from Shanley. Quick to throw it back in, 6:40 to go. Clausen, high up into the air, deflected. Anderson Tibiatowski dives to swallow it up. Here come the Deacons back on the attack. Good footwork there for Fargo Shanley. Long-range shot coming from Ehlers. Save made by Anderson Tibiatowski once again. 5:40 to go in regulation. No extra time in regular season play here in North Dakota high school soccer. Here comes Flaherty, the cross to the far post, just ahead of its intended target. Good placement there by Flaherty, just inches away from her teammate. Didn't get a number there who was striking towards the net for the Deacons. Nevertheless, it's a goalkeeper kick. Good break up by Addison Lamb. Forward to Reardon. Reardon points north, has it taken away. Yablonsky works it to the far sideline. Alexis Preston being chased down by Malott, goes out of bounds. Shanley quick to throw it right back into play. Have some contact, no whistle. Some opinions of the fans below being heard on that call, or non-call rather. We continue to play on. 4:20 to go in regulation. Dangerous play developing for Fargo Shanley. McLaughlin steps up. Negates an opportunity on the rush from the Deacons. Then a penalty for Shanley leads to a free kick. This one will be taken by Kelsey McLaughlin. Crosses midfield. Malott works with it. Back to Olmstead. Working it forward to Reardon, who chases it down. Foot race won by Shanley. Ehlers to Sievert. Sievert moves it forward to Flaherty. Flaherty looking for a give-and-go play with Ehlers. Has it taken away by Lamb. Reardon in open space. Reardon has to put on the brakes, trying to shed a defender, working towards the goal line. Still fighting for possession. Good defense there by Fargo Shanley. Excellent work and continued ball control by number 8, Hudson Hofer. Kuglin pushes it back past midfield for Central. Teams fight for possession on the far sideline. Lauren Malott got tangled up. Last touched by Fargo Shanley. Throw in past midfield for Grand Forks Central. 2:40 to go here in the match. Chandler Everson back into the game for Grand Forks Central. Shanley clears across midfield. Immediately worked forward to Kuglin. Kuglin, Malott. Over to Hofer. Good step up by Olmstead. Moves it forward to Malott. Malott showcasing her dribbling skills. Has it poked away at the last second by Shanley. Last touched by the Deacons. Throw in for the Knights. Over to the far corner. Reardon chasing it down. Shanley able to keep it in bounds there. That was huge. Could have resulted in a throw in for Reardon near the goal line. Robbins near midfield. Over to the far side for Malott. Malott has it poked away. Last touched by Shanley. Just over 1 minute remaining here at Cushman Field. We're all knotted at 1. Thanks to the equalizer here in the second half from Adrienne Kuglin. 1 minute to go. McLaughlin pushes that one out of bounds. Throw in upcoming. Here's Sievert looking to push. Sievert to the front of the net. Opportunity for Shanley, and they get a last-second goal. 30 seconds to go in regulation. And Shanley takes the lead. That's a heartbreaker for Grand Forks Central. Appeared to be an innocent throw-in. Went all the way to the front of the net. Still waiting for a number on who scored for Fargo Shanley. And the Deacons have taken a 2-1 lead in the late stages of this match. What a backbreaker, what a heartbreaker for Grand Forks. Now Central looking for a miracle, just 25 seconds to play. Still unsure on who scored that goal for Fargo Shanley. Looked like it could have been Alexis Preston. Final 10 seconds. Goes all the way to the goalkeeper. She will hold on to it. Is going to be Kaylee Ottmar, and Shanley squeaks away to avoid an upset loss against Grand Forks Central. Instead, they win thanks to a goal in the final 30 seconds from Alexis Preston. That will do it. Fargo Shanley beats Grand Forks Central by a final of 2-1 on our All True Health System scoreboard, and that will conclude our coverage here at Cushman Field. The Deacons taking this one in exhilarating fashion, scoring with just 30 seconds remaining in the match to take a 2-1 conference victory to expand on their lead in the conference standings. From Sam Jensen, Joey Spanger, and the rest of us at KNOX Sports,